Have you ever felt completely stuck? Like you're standing in the middle of a busy street, but all the traffic lights are red, and you have no idea which way to go. That's where I was. My career felt like a dead end. My relationships were confusing, and my personal goals, well, I wasn't even sure what they were anymore. Everyone kept telling me, you just need to move on, or just get going. But nobody ever explains how. How do you move when you feel like your feet are glued to the ground? It felt like the whole world was moving forward while I was just stuck. And the pressure to make some huge, dramatic change was overwhelming. I'd scroll through social media and see people celebrating new jobs, getting married, or launching these incredible passion projects. It looked like they all just woke up one day and decided to be successful. And poof, it happened overnight. Their lives were highlight reels, and mine felt like a blooper reel on a loop. This didn't inspire me. It terrified me. The message I got was clear. If you're going to succeed, you have to do something massive, something life-altering. And that pressure, instead of motivating me, just created more fear. And that fear was deeply connected to my past. I couldn't shake the memories of all the times I'd tried and failed before. Every new idea was met with a ghost of a past disappointment. Starting a business, remember that project that crashed and burned? Learning a new skill? Remember how you gave up last time? Trying to get fit. Remember that gym membership you used for 2 weeks? It felt like a highlight reel of my own failures was playing in my head 24/7. So, the idea of trying again wasn't exciting. It was just a setup for more disappointment. The fear of repeating those past mistakes kept me completely frozen. It was safer to just stay where I was, in my familiar state of being stuck, than to risk failing again. Then, one evening, things changed. There was no lightning strike, no dramatic epiphany. It was quiet. I was just sitting there, staring out the window, feeling the weight of it all. And a thought, simple and clear, cut through the noise. The problem wasn't that Primer did NT want to move it. The problem was that I was always looking at the entire mountain, not the path right in front of me. I was trying to figure out how to get to the summit before I'd even found the trailhead. The goal of fixing my life was so massive, so impossibly huge, that it made any progress feel completely out of reach. Of course, I was paralyzed. I was trying to leap across a canyon instead of just taking a single step. In that moment, I decided to do something different. I decided to forget the mountain. I decided to forget the finish line. I decided to take just one small, manageable step, not so life-altering, grand gesture. Just to start. My goal wasn't to get a new career. My goal for that day was just to spend 15 minutes updating one section of my resume. It wasn't about getting fit. It was about putting on my shoes and walking around the block. Just once. I committed to this new philosophy. Do one small thing, every single day, that points me in a direction I want to go. No pressure, no huge expectations. Just one small action. Now, let me be clear. The next day, I didn't wake up a new person. The results did not appear immediately. In fact, for a while, it felt like I was doing nothing at all. That old voice of doubt was right there, whispering in my ear. Really? You think updating one line on your resume is going to change anything? You think a 5-minute walk is going to make a difference? This is pointless. You're just wasting your time. It was so tempting to listen to that voice, to just give up and go back to being comfortably stuck. But for some reason, I chose to ignore it. Primera told myself maybe it's pointless, but I'm going to do it anyway. And I kept taking those tiny, almost laughably small steps. And then, something interesting began to happen. Slowly, almost without me noticing, those small actions started to stick. The 15 minutes of resume work became a daily habit. The short walk got a little bit longer. I started reading one page of a book before bed. These weren't chores anymore. They were just part of my day. And as these small actions turned into habits, something else started to grow. Confidence. It wasn't a loud, flashy confidence. It was a quiet, steady kind of. Every time I completed a small task I set for myself, it was like a little vote of confidence. I was proving to myself that I could follow through, and with every small win, the loud, terrifying roar of fear started to sound more like a distant, powerless whisper. A few months passed, I was so focused on my little daily steps that I hadn't really stopped to look up. One day, I got an email about a job opening that actually sounded interesting. I looked at my resume, which was now completely updated and polished, and I sent it off without a second thought. Then I realized my clothes were feeling looser because my daily walks had turned into regular jogs. I looked at my nightstand and saw a stack of books I'd finished, one page at a time. Life felt different. It was lighter, clearer. I looked back, not at yesterday, but at the person I was 6 months ago. Frozen, confused, and overwhelmed. And I realized, with a shock, just how far I'd come. There was no single, dramatic moment of change. It was all a slow, quiet, almost invisible accumulation of all those tiny steps. Progress had happened without me even noticing. And that's when I truly understood the core lesson. No one gets anywhere meaningful in one giant leap. We see the final result, the successful career, the healthy lifestyle, the happy relationship, and we assume it happened all at once. But that's a myth. Real, lasting change is built brick by brick, step by step. It's the sum of hundreds, or even thousands, of small, consistent actions that you take day after day, especially on the days you don't feel like Italiano. I learned that consistency is so much more powerful than motivation. Motivation is a flash fire. It burns bright and then dies out. Consistency is the slow, steady current that will carry you all the way to the ocean. So if you're watching this and you feel stuck, if you feel like you're at the bottom of a mountain that seems impossible to climb, I want you to hear this. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need a surge of motivation. You don't need to change your entire life today. All you need is to take one small step. Just one, tidy one corner of your room. Write one sentence. Walk to the end of your driveway. What a beritis. Make it so small that you can't say no. Because no one moves far without small steps, but every single journey, no matter how long or difficult, begins with just one. Thank you for watching.